called the philosopher of the zodiac. But if that's true, why are they always moving, changing and searching? Today I'll show you how sage Parashara's definition of Dhanu Rashi explains this inner contradiction. Sarvebhyo namaskaraha, I'm Dr. Archana Murthy, a professional astrologer, and I'm deeply passionate about Jyotish Shastram. And this is my channel where I explain Vedic astrology in a clear, structured and classical way. You're watching part 1 of the Dhanu Rashi series. Quick note before we begin, I am systematically covering all 12 Rashis on this channel. Dhanu is the next sign in this structured Rashi series. Just like the other signs, Dhanu is also covered in 3 detailed parts. Part 1 focuses on nature and personality, Part 2 on relationships, and Part 3 on career, health and transformation. This way each Rashi is understood completely and classically. If you're enjoying this series, subscribe and check the links below for previous Rashis. If your moon or lagna is in Sagittarius, or if you live or work closely with one, this series will help you understand them far beyond surface level traits. Dhanu is the 9th sign of the zodiac, extending from 240 degrees to 270 degrees. The 9th sign itself is significant. It represents dharma, higher learning, philosophy, teachers and guides, meaning beyond material life. So from its very position, Dhanu is a Rashi that looks upward and forward, not downward or backward. Its lord is Guru, Jupiter, the planet of wisdom, ethics, expansion and truth. But to really understand Dhanu, we must go to sage Parashara. Parashara describes Dhanu as follows. Prushtodai Tvatha Dhanur Guru Swami cha Sattvikaha Pingalo Nishiviryadyah Pavakaha Kshatriyo Dvipat Adavante Chatushpadaha Samagatro Dhanurdaraha Purvasto Vasudhachari Tejasvi Brahmana Kritaha. This single shloka explains the core Sagittarius personality. Prushtodai rises with the back. Dhanu Rashi rises with its back facing forward, unlike many signs that rise face first. This indicates a future-oriented mind, not dwelling on emotional memory, not repeatedly revisiting the past. They move forward even if emotionally unfinished. This is why Sagittarius may appear detached. They process life by aiming ahead, not by looking back. Pingala Varna. Parashara describes Dhanu as a Pingala, a pale, golden, slightly fiery hue. This is the Jupiterian color, not aggressive red like Mars, not dark like Saturn, but warm, radiant and wise. It shows a personality that shines through knowledge and understanding, not dominance. Pavakaha Sattvikaha. Dhanu is a fire sign, but its fire is Sattvik. This is not a destructive fire, it is the fire of learning, teaching, ethics and inner clarity. That's why Sagittarius does not burn to win, they burn to understand. Jupiter as Lord gives faith and morality, strong belief systems and natural teacher-student orientation. This is why Dhanu natives naturally advise others, speak from principles, carry strong conviction, sometimes even when wrong. Their mind works in terms of beliefs and possibilities, not limitations. Dhanu is strong at night. This indicates internal thinking, philosophical contemplation, quiet processing of life's meaning. They may appear casual during the day, but deep thinking happens inwardly, often at night. Kshatriya Varna. This is not about fighting, it is about protecting dharma. Dhanur stands for truth, ethics, justice, principles and cannot tolerate hypocrisy for long. Parashara describes Dhanur as Dhanur Dharaha, the one who holds a bow. Dvipa Chatushpadaha, half biped, half quadruped. This is why Dhanur is symbolized as a half man, half horse centaur. The horse represents instinct, movement, restlessness. The human represents intellect, ethics, wisdom. The bow and arrow represents aim and direction. This creates an inner tension, instinct versus wisdom, freedom versus responsibility, experience versus philosophy. This is the core struggle of Sagittarius. Parashara uses this term Samagatraha, meaning well proportioned. Dhanu natives often have a balanced, athletic frame, medium to tall height, long limbs and strength in the thighs and hips, reflecting the centaur symbolism. Their posture and gait shows movement and readiness. Facial features are usually open and expressive, with a broad forehead, influenced by Jupiter and bright, alert eyes. The complexion is described as pingala, pale, golden or wheatish, indicating Jupiter's sattvic influence. Overall, there is a natural warmth and friendliness in their appearance. Even when not conventionally attractive, they appear approachable and lively. The word Dhanur itself means bow. In Greek symbolism, the bow is called Sagitta, which is why the sign is known as Sagittarius. But in Jyotisha, the bow is not a weapon, it is a tool of focus. A Sagittarius without direction feels lost. A Sagittarius with direction becomes powerful. Dhanur natives are idealistic, optimistic and forward-looking in thought. Ruled by Jupiter, they think in terms of beliefs, principles and possibilities. They are frank in speech, often expressing opinions openly. They dislike narrow thinking, resist control and need mental and physical freedom to function well. They can be blunt, opinionated, restless and at times overconfident in their beliefs, but their intention is rarely harmful. They are belief-driven, not emotionally manipulative. Like Scorpio, Sagittarius also shows itself in two different ways. The immature Dhanur. The immature Dhanur talks a lot about values but doesn't always follow them, avoids duties by calling it freedom, looks down on others and judges them as if morally superior. Whereas the mature Dhanur practices what it teaches, guides others gently without ego, uses knowledge with humility, inspires people through personal example. The real difference comes from how mature Jupiter is in the Dhanur native's horoscope. So today we understood Dhanur Rashi as a sattvic fire sign, ruled by Jupiter, symbolized by the archer, torn between instinct and wisdom, designed to aim higher in life. Next week in part 2, I will explain how a Sagittarian behaves in love, marriage patterns, why freedom is essential for them, what kind of partner they need and what they must learn. Tell me in the comments, are you a Dhanur who loves freedom or someone who knows a Sagittarius closely? Subscribe so you don't miss part 2. Dhanyavadaha.